First and foremost, I want to give a huge shout out to Train Effective. You guys know that football YouTube channel, obviously. They're huge, 500,000 subscribers, and they commented on 2 of my most recent videos. So thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. And if my channel ever becomes even 10% as big as your channel, I'll be extremely happy. So thank you for supporting. Hopefully you subscribed. If you have subscribed, I appreciate it, guys. Would love to collab sometime. So speaking of comments, I got a comment from a subscriber, I believe Jorge5016. I got a comment from him a little while ago, and he brought up the topic of sacrifices that I've made throughout my career, and he wanted me to go a little bit more in depth on those sacrifices, as well as, you know, family events I missed out on, family support in terms of my career, and also how being a professional soccer player and like the instability of it has affected my relationships throughout my life. And I thought it would be a great idea to make that video. And so I'm gonna address that question. I'm gonna answer it to the best of my abilities in this video. As a small-time professional footballer, you're gonna make a lot of sacrifices. I mean, as with any athlete, with any form of a serious organized sport, you're gonna make sacrifices. Whether you're in the youth team, whether you're in a college team or professional team, semi-professional, sacrifices are required. And that's the case to be successful in anything, really. I mean, even, you know, making a YouTube channel, you have to sacrifice, and that's just part of the grind, right? And man, there's a lot of sacrifice that comes with being a professional soccer player. For one, all the training that you do, early mornings, double days. Yeah, you're always training. You're always making sure that your recovery is good. You're always eating well or trying your best to eat well. So you can't eat like a normal person. You can't, you know, do things that a normal person really does. You have to make sure everything is about making your body as optimal of a machine as possible. So that's the first thing. But let's shift more to the mental side of things. Those sacrifices are the hardest, honestly. Those are the hardest sacrifices. I say that because those are the ones that take a mental toll, and you see it in hundreds and thousands of football players' stories, you know. God, I mean, where to start? You miss family events. I have missed friends' weddings. I missed my grandmother's funeral. I missed both of my grandmother's funerals, actually. And I also missed my grandfather's funeral because of this career and because of this career choice. I've missed out on a lot of other family events, a lot of important things. I'm so thankful that I didn't miss out on my sister's wedding, because that would have been horrible. Thankfully, I made that. But you miss out on a lot. You really do. And it takes a toll. And you just miss out on everyday things that the family goes through. You're so far away from family. And so it's tough, you know. Another sacrifice, if we're staying in that kind of a sphere, is your friends. I don't know any of my high school friends anymore. I don't have anything in common with them. I don't party. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I have nothing in common with them, and I have barely kept contact, if I'm completely honest with you. It's really hard to keep contact when you're thousands of miles away. And another way that you sacrifice is that, you make friends on the teams that you play for. And after the season's done and everybody parts ways and leaves, you might never see those guys ever again. You might never see those people ever again. You might make friends in the city that you're in. You might go to some small country in Europe and make a good friend group outside of football there. And then season's over and you go back home and you'll never see those people ever again. And that's just a part of it. And you have to deal with that. You have to be okay with that, because it's a package deal. It comes with being a professional footballer, especially in the smaller leagues. One of the other hardest sacrifices that I've had to deal with, as Jorge mentioned, was the lack of familial support. It's really tough because people, despite wanting to believe in you, they won't believe in you. Do something else with your life. Go back to school. Get a different job. You don't need this soccer thing. You don't need this, you're smarter than that. You're more capable than that. But what they don't realize is that, without this sport, my life doesn't mean anything. I've put so much meaning into this sport because it saved my life and it helped my mental health. And without this sport, I feel terrible and I feel empty. And I know that one day I'm not going to have this sport anymore at the highest level. So I need to pursue it now while I am able to. Because otherwise, I have wasted my life. And how am I supposed to be okay with other parts of my life if I'm not okay with myself because I let the biggest opportunity slip away because I was afraid or because of what other people told me? I can't allow that to happen. But it's hard to deal with the family issues. I wish I had good advice for that, but I'm still navigating it. I'm still figuring it out. You just have to grind through it. You just have to work hard despite the criticism, despite the doubt, despite the people that don't believe in you. You just have to continue because the decision is yours at the end of the day and you have to live with that. Other people can suggest things to you, but they're not the ones that deal with the consequences in the end. You are. So it's difficult. Last topic, the topic of relationships. It's tough. I mean, with the advice, I would say don't get into one. Don't get into relationships. Don't date. Don't fall in love if you're looking to do this. Because it most likely won't work. 95% of the time it won't work. Why? Because it's just too unstable. It's too unstable. And relationships rely on a sense of stability. And they rely on a sense of consistency. At least in my experience, that's what I've learned. And as a soccer player, especially a soccer player in the lower leagues, we don't have that luxury. So we don't really have the luxury to be in relationships. You guys saw on my channel, I was in a relationship. We were living together and I had, we had 3 cats. And now I don't have any of that. Now I'm back home. I'm single. And I'm not blaming it entirely on soccer or the instability, because that would be a lie. There were some other factors as well, but soccer definitely was a big part of that. Just the fact that I wouldn't give it up. I couldn't give it up. If I could, I maybe would have, but I can't. And so what happened was I lost it all, right? Lost the relationship, lost the cats, miss them every single day, miss the relationship, right? And that's something that you have to live with. Those are the sacrifices that come with this career. Those are the sacrifices that come with pursuing a professional soccer contract. And these are the things that people don't tell you. And these are the things that these channels don't show you. I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. You know? Especially with this relationship thing. I know all of you are subscribed to Become Elite. As you should be. He's I would say, the best resource out there for players who want to become soccer players. He's the best resource other than me, in my opinion. But you need to take his relationship, you need to take his life with a grain of salt, because if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Mimi is like a 1 in a million type of person, because she actually stuck with him through thick and thin, and through the darkest of days, through the darkest times. She stuck with him, and she was almost unwavering. I'm sure behind the scenes they struggled. I'm sure behind the scenes there was a lot of difficult moments that she maybe didn't show Matt, and that Matt doesn't show us, because that's his personal life. I know for a fact that he's gone through those things, because it's just a part of being in a relationship, and it's a part of being a professional footballer. But the fact that Mimi just stood strong through everything, and then they got married, and his career, became way more consistent. So they had the chance to get married, and they had the cats, Levi, Gucci. Then they had Scarlett, and now I think they're having a second kid on the way. Yeah, I watched so much Become Elite that I've memorized their family life. I apologize. But that's something extremely, extremely rare. So don't take Matt Sheldon's relationship, don't take his family life, do not take, all of that and apply it to your life, because it most likely won't happen. If I'm being completely and totally honest with you, it won't happen, because God, Matt got so lucky. Are you kidding me? To find a person with that integrity, that amount of integrity, that amount of loyalty, that amount of resolve and mental toughness nowadays is damn near impossible. So yeah, don't get into a relationship if you're a footballer, especially if you're pursuing this and you have a sense of instability in your career. It won't work. That's my advice. Like I said, I'm completely real with you guys. I don't sugarcoat things, and that's the truth.
Hi, Hamid from the future here. Yeah, I realize I'm being really negative in this, so I apologize. I know that, you guys wanted actual advice. This is actual advice, okay? Don't get into a relationship, especially if you're not ready. Make sure your career is going well first, and then get into a relationship. That way things are a lot easier for you.
Right? I apologize for this little rant. Yeah, I apologize for this little rant, but it's something that I wanted to talk about for quite a long time. I've already gone blabbing over 15 minutes now, probably, and it's I could talk about this for hours, but I shouldn't. But yeah, subscribe. Subscribe if you like me yapping, because that's what I do on this channel, man. I yap to my subscribers. It's just how it is. Okay, a little update, real quick. I promise I'll be fast. I'm sorry, but a quick update on how I've been. My injury is almost 100% better, although I kind of retweaked it, not gonna lie. Today I kind of retweaked it while I was playing, which I shouldn't have done, but oh well. No news on any teams in the US, which is heartbreaking. Because you do everything right, you find FIFA licensed agents, you find really good agents, you do this, you do that, you prepare yourself physically, you prepare yourself mentally, you lose everything in the process, and what do I get to show for it? Absolutely fucking nothing, right? Meanwhile, people that are not giving a damn about their career, that eat sandwiches and burgers and pizza every day, that are freaking 100 pounds overweight, those guys are finding teams. The guy that's gotten straight out of college finds a team, and the guy that has had professional experience since he was 19 years old can't find a single damn thing in the US. I am such a victim. I'm sorry, I keep playing the victim card. I know it's cringe. I hate it myself, but it's just, like I said, I don't sugarcoat the way I'm feeling, and that's just how I'm feeling. Right? I freaking hate it, but it's just the truth. Welcome to the reality of this sport. Welcome to the reality of soccer. I don't know, man. I'm tired. I'm mentally exhausted. I really am. I'm mentally exhausted. And every day, I feel like giving up, but I won't give up. I'll do my best not to give up. But it's hard. It's very, very hard. I've already lost so much and have almost nothing to show for it. But I will not give up. Please subscribe. Love you guys. Peace.